Well, good morning and welcome back to another edition of the Hiking Journal. It's raining today. I was surprised. There was a slight chance of rain. I woke up this morning and the ground was wet. I took Otto for a walk and it was a little light drizzly rain, so that was kind of nice, a little unexpected. I'll take it. But in this episode of the Hiking Journal, we're going to take a trip out to Eagle Rock. One of the most impressive natural features I've ever seen on any of the hikes I've done. And it's also one of the better hikes for novices to take. It's good for kids and even older adults. It's one of the most level trails. Most people go from Highway 79. They park across from the Cal Fire Station and they hike up southbound on the P.C.T. to get to Eagle Rock. I've done that a lot of times and I've posted several videos of that in the past. But in this episode, we're going to be driving past that. We're going to go down S22 and park near a famous P.C.T. mark called Barrel Springs. It's a popular camping spot for thru hikers. It's right next to Montezuma Valley Road, and we're going to start hiking northbound on the Pacific Crest Trail as we head over some valleys and ridge lines and eventually work our way up to Eagle Rock. And that'll be coming up next in this edition of the Hiking Journal. It was an absolutely stunning day. One of the warmer days. It was daytime high was pushing 80, which is for February, that was impressive. So while they were freezing on the East Coast and in the Midwest, it was 80 out here in California. So anyway, it was a good hike. It was a nice trip and a good time to break out your hiking gear and get out into the Pacific Crest Trail. In the desert section is technically what it's called. And even though I didn't see any P.C.T. thru hikers on this hike, coming up in a couple weeks, it'll be full. So anyway, enjoy this episode. It shouldn't be too long, I don't think, as we hike up northbound on the Pacific Crest Trail toward Eagle Rock. That'll all be coming up next. Well, good morning and welcome back out to another edition of the Hiking Journal. Today I'm taking another drive out toward Warner Springs. In fact, I'm entering Warner Springs right now, and the shadows are kind of killing me here, so hopefully I'll get to another angle and it won't be so bad. The Warner Springs glider port is just off to my right, and they have glider rides that you can purchase, I guess. Pilot takes you up, drags you up in a plane, and pilot soars you around over the area out here. It's a gorgeous area. Pacific Crest Trail runs right through here, right through Warner Springs, and we're going to do a hike along part of the Pacific Crest Trail today. In the small little community of Warner Springs, P.C.T. crosses the highway right by the community center, and it's also the trailhead for a trail out to Eagle Rock. It's the P.C.T. to Eagle Rock. And it's a southbound P.C.T. route. Everybody takes it. It's about 6.5 miles. It's a great hike. Probably one of the best hikes you'll ever do in Southern California. I've done it, 20 times probably. If you ever have a first-time hiker or you have kids, it's probably one of the levelest. In fact, here's P.C.T. right there. One of the most level trails you'll ever see out in the mountains. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through Warner Springs, and we're going to go to the turn that heads down to Anza Borrego, and we're going to go down to S22 and take that toward a place called Montezuma Valley Road, and it's right before, there's turkeys right on the side of the road. Hey, hi, what do you know? You see turkeys here all the time, but they were literally right on the road that time. But anyway, at Montezuma Valley Road, there's a trailhead off to the right. It doesn't have a name, but it's called Barrel Springs, and that's a famous spot along the P.C.T. because there's a water trough there and a spring that runs in, and a lot of P.C.T. thru hikers will fill up there, Barrel Springs. There's also a pretty good sized parking area, and directly across the street is the continuation of the P.C.T. So what we're going to do today, instead of doing the normal P.C.T. route southbound from Highway 79 from the community of Warner Springs, we're going to turn left. We're going to head down Montezuma Valley Road to Barrel Springs, and we're going to be heading northbound P.C.T. Now, it's been really, really warm over the last several days. Even though it's still February, it's been unusually warm. It's been upper 70s, and today, I think, and tomorrow, it's supposed to be in the mid-80s. So it's going to be an absolutely stunning day today. Actually, out here, because we're a little higher elevation, I think the daytime high today is, I think, 74, 75. That's perfect. So I'm looking forward to it. So I'm just going to go up And from this angle, from this going northbound, it's a lot farther of a hike. It's not 6 miles, it's 10. And it's a solid 10 because I've done it before. So I'm going to go up the P.C.T. northbound, and I'm going to head out to see Eagle Rock and see what I see along the way. Because it is warm, I'm hoping the snakes are out, or at least starting to come out. You never really know. The last couple times I've said that I haven't seen anything, but maybe we'll get lucky today. We might see some wildlife. Usually I'll see a coyote or two, but I have seen foxes here before. And we might see some cattle along the way, because all along that section there's range cattle that are from Warner Springs Ranch. And they're all over the place. And as we cruise into the school zone here, I'm going to have to slow down. In fact, up here on the right in front of me, you'll see this car parked on the shoulder. That's the trailhead for the southbound P.C.T. In fact, there is a P.C.T. sign right in front of this car right here, in front of this Prius. Yeah, you'll see the P.C.T. sign, and across the road on your left, just over here, that's the actual start of that trail that goes down toward Eagle Rock. But like I said, we're going to be going the other way. Off to the right is Lake Henshaw and the, I guess, eastern terminus of Palomar Mountain. And you can also see a Palomar Observatory on top. There's 3 domes. You can see all 3 of them, including the Hale telescope, which at one time was the largest telescope in the world. Not so much anymore. But anyway, we're going to be taking the left here, probably in a couple of miles, and head down S22 toward Montezuma Valley Road. So anyway, that'll be coming up in this next edition of the Hiking Journal, on my hike northbound on the P.C.T. to see Eagle Rock. Well, anyway, I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. Well, good morning, and welcome back out to Warner Springs. And today we're going to be heading across the street here in a second, once I get situated here. Pacific Crest Trail is right across the street, and we're going to be heading northbound on the P.C.T. and we're going to head out to Eagle Rock. So it ought to be a good hike today. There's one other car here, so there's somebody here. I'm kind of surprised, and hopefully we'll see something good today. And if nothing else, it's absolutely a stunning day today. So anyway, let's head across the street, start northbound P.C.T. What do you say? Well, this is the Pacific Crest Trail where it crosses Highway S22. S2 is the one that goes down into Anza-Borrego from Warner Springs. Barrel Springs is directly across the street from us. We're going to be heading this way. It is a private property easement, so we're going to go through the gate and go to the left and start working our way northbound P.C.T. A lot of traffic out here today. It's a busy highway that heads down to Borrego Springs, so a lot of people head this way. Looks like it's going to be an absolutely stunning day today. I said this is private property, but it does have an easement. Oh, I guess just loop it over the top here. Sure you close the gate behind you. Don't want the cows to get out. P.C.T. right here, trail that way. You know, as we're heading, P.C.T. signs right here. The trail's going that way. I forgot my inReach today. It makes me feel kind of, not that I'm nervous or anything, you know, this is a pretty easy trail. There's no exposure or anything. There's no cliffs, there's no drop-offs, there's no loose rocks, really. It's pretty much a straightforward shot, just northbound on the Pacific Crest Trail. And we might even have cell coverage once we get up into the open meadows. But for some reason, I did bring my little HT little ham radio. So with this, I can get out probably anywhere within 50 miles. There's repeaters that are local around here. In fact, several of them are right along the Pacific Crest Trail. And there's actually a Pacific Crest Trail Repeater Association that actually publishes a list of all of the frequencies. So if you're a ham radio operator and you're also on the P.C.T., you can download the frequencies with the PL tones, and you can listen to people talking on the ham radio, or you can contact somebody via ham radio in case there's an emergency. So it's a little extra benefit being a licensed ham radio operator, and something to keep you company if you get bored, or in case of emergency. Hopefully that won't happen. Well, this looks like a nice campsite along the northbound section of the P.C.T. You can see how the rocks were stacked, and The boulders, the rocks, a little bigger than fist size, were probably used to supplement the stakes holding down a tent. So it looks like this would have been a good spot. And the P.C.T continues up this ridgeline here as it works its way toward Eagle Rock. You know, as we're working our way north on the Pacific Crest Trail, we have several areas like this that are really nice valleys. And I've noticed on the way up here, there's been 4 or 5, well, there's actually been more than that. There's been a lot of horse droppings. Some of them are more fresh than others. They have a little bit of a crust to them. And that leads me to believe, since today is a Monday, probably over the weekend, Friday or Saturday, most likely, somebody was taking a trail ride along the P.C.T up to Eagle Rock. I've seen horses at Eagle Rock, so not only do they come southbound on the P.C.T, they also go northbound. How cool is that, huh? Not the horse poop part, but the fact that they can do it. Well, as we're heading down the trail, we're going to see a lot of this today. This is prickly pear cactus. And then right ahead of it here is white sage. It's the same type of sage that they use in cooking. So if you pinch a little piece of this off and you rub it between your fingers, you know, you do something like this, and then smell of it. It smells just like sage that you would use when you're making spaghetti or Italian food of some kind. Now this is another type of cactus that we'll see quite a bit of along the trail today. This one is a cholla, or as they commonly refer to it as a pencil cholla. These are pretty bad. You get one of these stuck in you, you shall know it right away. Well, as I reach the top of this rise, there's a whole nother valley down at this end. And, you know, we did get a little bit of rain last week, so it's helped green up the valley a little bit. Not a lot, but some. You see the high mountains off in the distance. And I believe that mountain right over there, on the other side of the one with the mostly brown, I'm pretty sure that's Hot Springs Mountain on the Los Coyotes Indian Reservation. That's the highest point in San Diego County at 6,600, about 66 feet. But as we continue looking northbound on the P.C.T, way off in the distance, you can see the trail meandering up, and then over on the right side you see a clump of rocks. I'm pretty sure that's Eagle Rock. That's our destination for today. Nice and quiet. Seeing a lot of doves today, quail flying around, a lot of birds darting in and out of the brush. Other than that, no snakes so far. It's still early. It is pretty up here though, and deathly quiet. Well, that's a scenic little valley. You can see the dirt fire break that leads up the side of the ridgeline there. Some big oaks down there in the bottom. You know, well, as I'm working my way down this ridgeline, I'm actually going at a pretty good clip. And partly because this is a nice smooth section of trail, but also I do have my new trail running shoes. Remember I told you in the last episode I had to send a couple of them back. Well, I finally found one that absolutely fits perfect. And these are New Balance. They're 13 wides. And to be honest, I don't really know the model number. I think it's 710 or 810 or something like that. I don't really remember. But they are trail running shoes. And they fit perfect. They have great traction. Got tons of wiggle room in the toe. The heel doesn't slip. And the only thing that's slipping right now is my glasses. I don't normally wear these on the trail, but I thought I had to wear them today and give them a shot.
Oh, damn these glasses. Well, it looks good to me, too. Hurry up, son. Time's a-wasting. I'm going to the John. Don't forget to check those tires. Damn these glasses, son.
Yes, sir.
So my advice to you, if you're looking for trail running shoes or any type of shoes, whether it's hiking boots or trail shoes, if you finally find a pair, buy 2. And if you have the money, buy 3. Because what's going to happen is the manufacturers are going to change the last. For years, I wore Salomon XA Pros. Probably 10 years. I had the original XA Pros when they first came out. I had the XA Pro 2s, I had the XA Pro 3Ds. I actually had a pair of XA Pro 3D Gore-Tex. These glasses are driving me nuts. And all of a sudden they changed the last. And 13s didn't fit me. I had to go to 14s. And then 14s were too narrow. And they don't make wide, at least at the time they didn't. So that's when I started buying the what do they call them? The Topo shoes, Topo Navigators, whatever they're called. And also the, not the All Trails. I want to keep calling it All Trails. Starts with an A. Anyway, I have several pairs of those, but I really like these. So when I get home, I might buy another pair and just stash them in the closet. Anyway, I'm working my way down this ridge. I'm working my way down this ridge, and when I get to the bottom, I'm going to have to cross this large open meadow. That'll be pretty scenic. Well, you know, one thing that's kind of loose. One thing that's good about major trails like Pacific Crest Trail or the Appalachian Trail or the Continental Divide Trail is most of them are not only are they well worn, they're well signed. And this one here in this little valley between the ridge lines lets you know that the Pacific Crest Trail is going to be heading up this way, up this ridge line, and over the other side. In fact, further up the valley, this direction right there, at the head of the valley, I don't know if you can make that out, probably not on the camera, but that is the Hill Telescope, the big round dome on the top. And to the right of that high point, the little top of that ridge line up there is the High Point Fire Lookout. It's one of the tallest fire lookouts in California. It's about 65 feet on top of a tower. And the thing that's pretty cool about that is hopefully this summer I'll be working there. I already worked the Tahquitz Peak Fire Tower and Black Mountain Fire Lookouts in the San Bernardino National Forest. And this one, believe it or not, is in the Cleveland National Forest. And it's run by a completely different jurisdiction, so you have to go through the training all over again. And coming up this Saturday is my first day of training. It's just the orientation. I have to fill out the paperwork, give them some money so I get a shirt, and kind of get the layout of what the training is going to be involved in and how many days I have to do and things like that. So I'm going to be working up there, hopefully, if I pass the training, which I'm sure I will. So I'll have 3 fire lookouts to do: Tahquitz, Black Mountain, and the High Point Lookout. So how cool is that? Well, anyway, I got to keep going. I got to go up the P.C.T. Got a long way to go today. Well, this is a short but steep section of the trail. And even though the temperature is probably in the low 60s, the sun is pretty intense. And I'm just wearing a thin, breathable, synthetic shirt, but I am wearing some pretty heavy cotton shorts, which normally I don't wear hiking, but the chance of rain is like 0. So I'm going to continue along the P.C.T, heading this way, going to go across another valley, continuing on toward Eagle Rock. You know, it's funny, people that are used to hiking in more wooded areas, like along the Appalachian Trail, they can't get over how vast and open this area of the P.C.T is. I mean, there's this giant valley where millions of years ago mastodons roamed, along with pronghorn antelope. And now it's just grazed land for cattle. It's pretty beautiful though. Well, across the valley, heading over toward the Palomar Observatory, I don't know if you can see that, there's a herd of about maybe 50 head of cattle. And our trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, is going to be heading this way, straight across the valley down into a little recessed area. I've been there before. There's actually a creek that may or may not have water. What's interesting about that creek area is that there's also some morteros where the ancient Indians, they used to grind their corn or their seeds into a paste, and they would use that for their meals. But the sun is getting pretty intense here, and even though it's not really that hot, I am working up quite a bit of sweat, and that's why it's always important to have a bandana and a wide brim hat when you're out in intense sun like this. I did put sunscreen on. And up this way, at the head of this draw, there's 3 water guzzlers, so I'm sure that's for the cattle as well. We're going to keep going. You can see my path. It's going all the way down over that hump and down into that treed area way off in the distance. That's where I'm headed. Well, I've got a long way to go. Still, I was hoping I'd get a little closer to the cattle, get a little better view, but I have to work my way all the way across this valley, up and over that next ridge line to get to where I need to go today. You know, there's tons of gopher holes and prairie dog holes, ground squirrel holes. I'm really hoping I see at least a gopher snake, maybe, even a rattlesnake. I'm surprised I'm not seeing hawks, raptors flying around, because I always see raptors. But to be honest, I really haven't seen any squirrels either, so maybe that's why they're not here. As I continue heading to Eagle Rock. Well, here's another well-placed P.C.T. marker. As you can see the trail heading through the meadow, up through the saddle between those 2 hills. Well, you can see where I've come from. Way over there, over a couple of different valleys and a couple of different ridge lines. I'm getting there. I have one more ridge line to get to over here, and I think I dropped down into that creek bed. I did look at the All Trails map, and it looks like I'm only about maybe a mile from Eagle Rock. Still haven't seen one person today. Well, as I am working my way around the ridge, the creek is down here to my left, and there is water flowing in it. Now, the P.C.T. did not take me to it. It's leading me around it, but I know past experience that I have to actually go around the head of this creek to continue on the other side. So at some point I will be down by the water, and in fact on the way back I might run down there and take a little dip. I don't know, we'll see. Cool off, might need it. Well, it looks like I finally come to the creek crossing. And while there isn't a lot of water down here, there is some flowing. Some nice shady spots to take a break. Some magnificent large oak trees as our trail continues to the north and west. This would be a good spot to take a break on the way back. Great big hawk. Oh, isn't he pretty? Great big red tail. This is where the animals are. The rabbits, squirrels. Everything comes down here to drink along the creek. Well, I won't ruin it for you, but I am approaching Eagle Rock. If there's a grade I have to climb up and over, I can see just the top of Eagle Rock. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but what's amazing is it's out here in the middle of nowhere. If you look around you, you don't see a lot of rocks. You don't see a lot of big boulders. You don't see trees, anything. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere pops Eagle Rock. Simply amazing. We'll be there in about 5-10 minutes. Well, this is Eagle Rock. Doesn't look like much from this angle. When you get over here, wow. Check that out. Isn't that amazing? Like, how did that get there? It's probably been here a million years. Well, this is Eagle Rock. What do you think, huh? Perfect spot for a break? I think so. I even brought a sit pad. No sense sitting on an old hard rock, huh? But what I did bring today out here was cold refreshment. Even though it's not really that hot temperature-wise. Last time I did this, it foamed over. Gotta be slow. Well, that's not too bad, I guess. It's funny, you come out here to Eagle Rock on a weekend, there'll be 40 people here climbing on top of the eagle's head. Milling around down here. There'll be horses, there'll be dogs, there'll be children of all ages. This is probably one of the easier hikes to get to a viewpoint like this. Even though it's only the end of February, it's warm today, but out here it's only right now, I'm going to say it's probably 72. It seems hotter because the sun's beating down on you, but right here at the top of this rock there's a nice cool breeze coming this direction, so it's going to cool me off nice. And it's nice that I have the whole eagle all to myself. But pretty impressive, huh? I mean, look at the height of this thing. And the wingspan. It just makes you wonder how this got here. You know, this is not man-made, this is natural. And what a tremendous view from up here. Well, I'm going to take a break, sit on my sit pad, enjoy my view across the valley toward the top of Hot Springs Mountain. Earlier, about 10 minutes ago, there was a small little plane, Piper Cub or Cessna or something, and it was towing a sailplane. It was working its way over toward Hot Springs Mountain. And it dropped the cable and left. So out here somewhere right now, sailing around, is a large sailplane. So maybe if we get lucky, he'll work his way over this way. You won't hear him, obviously, but you'll see him for sure. So I wish there was some shade here. I guess I could go plop down in the shade by a rock, but you know what, it's not that bad. But it was 5 miles to get out here, so I got 5 miles to get back. So I'm gonna enjoy my refreshment. I do have a 32-ounce Nalgene filled with ice water and a 24-ounce bottle of ice cold Gatorade. So when I get done with my adult beverage, I want to probably drink one of those too, because it is pretty hot out here. I might stop at the creek on the way back just to cool off, take off my shoes and socks and wade around in the water a little bit, get my bandana wet for that final hike out. So well, anyway, if I don't see you again, or if I decide not to stop, this will probably be it for this edition of the Hiking Journal. My trip out along the northbound Pacific Crest Trail from Montezuma Highway, or Montezuma Valley Road, and Barrel Springs up to Eagle Rock out here in Warner Springs. Well, anyway, take care. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the trail. Maybe I'll see you down by the creek. in a little bit. Anyway, take care. Oh, that breeze is tremendous. It's awesome. Well, if you've ever been to Yosemite and you've climbed the cables at Half Dome, it kind of looks just like this. Doesn't it look like Half Dome? There's also a ground squirrel in the rock behind me. He doesn't like me being here. He's on that rock over there. He's not too fond. This is the face of Half Dome that faces the valley, and this is the trail. There's the subdome right here, and then there's the cables. I don't know. Maybe it's Stonehenge. It looks like. Oh, our friend came down. A little prairie dog came down over there. It looks like it just split and cracked. How bizarre is that? Check out my little prairie dog friend. Now that I'm back down here to the creek, even though it's not flowing that fast, I bet it's cold. This would be a great spot for a P.C.T. through hiker to camp. Nice flat spot, set up your tent, a few logs to sit on, another campsite over there, and access to all the fresh water you can drink. I'm sure you have to probably filter this, but still a nice cool spot along the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm going to take a break here. Well, you have livestock grazing in this field. And there's a huge hawk that was soaring over the field a minute ago. He's way over there now. If he comes back this way, maybe we'll get a better shot. Looking for ground squirrels, I take it. All right, well, let's see if I can get across the highway without getting run over. This is a pretty dangerous little stretch here. People drive really fast through here. I've almost been hit before. Sometimes I feel like the Roadrunner or Wile E. Coyote. Anyway, a Jeep shot over here. Time for a refreshment. Well, at least I made it back to the Jeep in one piece. Boy, it's hot. Technically, it's not really that hot, but it sure feels like it. That sun's pretty intense. I'm gonna need to give me something ice cold to drink. That's for sure. Thank God I brought the good ice chest today. Forgot the ice chest is on this side of the car. Got Gator Light today. This is pretty good. Is this one? Strawberry kiwi. I'll take it. Cars drive so fast through here. It's a long day. 10 miles. Round trip. And maybe then some, who knows. But I didn't see one person going out and one person going back. It was just me. So, and even though I complain that it's hot, it's really not that hot. It's only like probably in the mid 70s, but it sure seems a lot hotter. I tell you what, this Gatorade's ice cold. Well, if you stuck with me through this episode, I hope you enjoyed it. My trip out to Eagle Rock, out here in Warner Springs, I guess, San Diego County. I took the trail going northbound on the P.C.T. from Montezuma Valley Road. I didn't take the regular trail from Highway 79 and the Cal Fire Station going south like most people do. I took it the other way. So this is a little farther of a hike. It's 10 miles versus 7. And it's got an extra couple hundred feet elevation gain, but it's like this. So you go up and then down, up. And I had to cross, I think, 3, maybe 4 valleys. And there were quite a few spots where I was, this high in Manzanita, and there wasn't a breath of air. So I'm glad that at least at this spot right here off the highway, I got a little bit of air. Anyway, take care. and I'll see you down the trail. I even brought a meatloaf sandwich. That's going to be my lunch today. I also got a new top. I finally got a new top. I don't have to complain anymore about how cold it is with the windows rolled down. It wasn't cheap either, believe me. Well, what'd you think of the Eagle Rock hike? Pretty impressive, huh, to see a rock, a natural rock feature like that. Anyway, it turned out to be a great day. It ended up being almost 10 miles round trip, so a little further than you think. And it was a little warm on the way back, but all in all, it was a great day. Any day out there on the trail is a great day. So I enjoyed it, and hopefully you did too. Well, anyway, don't forget to hit that click and subscribe button, and don't forget to tell your friends about the channel. I did my first training session for the Cleveland National Forest to become a fire lookout up on that region. It's a completely different group of people that run now, and it's the Forest Fire Lookout Association versus the Forest Service Volunteers Association up in San Bernardino. But similar things. I do have to go through all-due training just because it's in a different area and I have to be certified. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be coming up in the next few weeks. And maybe by early summer, by the time High Point Lookout opens up on top of Palomar, I'll be a fire lookout up there. So if I get a chance, I'll shoot some video up there and show you what it's like up on top of High Point Lookout. Well, that'll be coming up in some future editions of the Hiking Journal. In the meantime, stay safe. And get out there on the trail. It's nice out there. Still haven't seen any snakes, but they're coming. So anyway, take care, and I'll see you down the trail. Bye-bye.